Hello, fellow peeps. On the right, my fellow walkawayers, kind of had a little epiphany. And it actually came from a comment in one of the walkaway discussion groups. And then I started to research it, and I know that we're all pretty much equally as frustrated with what's happened since the election. And I think we're all familiar with the rules of Saul Alinsky's. And those are the rules that the left follows, which is why we're always being called racists and anti-Semites and so on and so forth. So anyway, if we can get the culture to incorporate, because we're all looking for solutions on how to win 2020 and really get our country back in the right direction and make America great again, we need to get into the culture. And I thought perhaps we could use this thing that I discovered called Beware of How Useful Idiots Attempt to Create a Socialist Deep State. So I'm reading this article, this opinion piece by Frank Dutz, I'll give him credit, and that's it. That could be like our little cultural title to describe the left. We don't want you to be useful idiots, and we're certainly not going to be useful idiots. So basically, there was a list, and it's the 8 levels of control by which to establish a socialist state. Now, I researched, and I'm not 100%, that this is it's not from Saul Alinsky, not exactly who started it, but it's kind of irrelevant because the points in it make perfect sense to me, as it should all of you. So let me just go through the list, and I'm going to share the link. You'll see it. But 8 elements of control. Number 1, healthcare. Control of healthcare in our nation, and you control the masses. Well, what party wants to control healthcare? Medicare for all. Next, poverty. Increase the poverty level as high as possible, for people will not fight back if you create dependency, providing everything for them. Well, we need to look no further than all the Democratic-run cities that are poverty-ridden. 3, debt increase. The debt to an unsubstantiable level. This ushers in higher taxes that causes more poverty. Well, what party wants to do that? Let's think. Gun control is number 4. Makes possible a police state. Who wants to take away our guns? 5. Welfare is the methodology to take control of every aspect of the masses, ergo food, housing, income. What party is fighting against getting people off of welfare and into jobs and off social programs? I'll let you think about it. 6, education. Take control of what the people see, hear, and read, especially their children, and you may create useful idiots. Make the people incapable of critically thinking by which to control them. 7, religious. Oh, and we know education has totally been taken over, especially higher education. Number 7, religion. Remove the belief in God from government and schools. Well, we've got the war on Christians that's been happening, so I wonder what party's doing that. 8, divide and conquer. This is best done by elimination of the middle class, creating the division of wealthy from the poor. The goal is discontent. Tax the wealthy by gaining support of the poor. What party does that? And 8. Oh no, that was it. 8. There you go. So here's my thinking. From this moment forward, because everybody on the right is fighting against the socialist takeover. And these are the things that are actually happening in our country now and what we're fighting against. So my suggestion is simply this. Every time, the left claims to be tolerant and the party of moral superiority and compassion, look at those poor illegals, that caravan and all the illegals. We need sanctuary cities. They're just wanting to collect more useful idiots. So, I don't want to be a useful idiot. So if we can get the cultural norm to be, do you want to be a useful idiot? I don't want to be a useful idiot. I think perhaps the thinking may change because this is actually what's happening. So that's just my thought. Just throwing it out there. Tell me what you think. Please feel free to share. But we've got to follow Saul Alinsky's rules. And rather than them coming after us, we now have a perfectly acceptable retort. And that is useful idiot. I love it. So tell me what you think. Thanks, guys, for listening.